Every action has consequences, both good and bad. These consequences form the foundation of how we navigate life, especially in today's fast-evolving world. One of the most significant developments in recent years has been the merging of various aspects of life into one simple tool, the smartphone. Technology, with all its advancements, has become an integral part of our daily lives, interrupting nearly every facet of our existence. While it offers undeniable assets, like ease, connectivity, and convenience, it also comes with liabilities. One major downside is the surge in internet-related crimes, also known as cybercrimes, which have become a daily threat in Nigeria and beyond.
Are you going to send me back my money? Please, I'm begging you, send me back my money. I don't have money like this. God, please. My mom won't even talk to me now because of you.
How will they pay back? You go cry, guys. You like cry? You like nude? Cry, like nude. You like nude? You wanna pay for nude? You wanna pay for nude?
Send money, you'll be sent.
Fuck you.
What about you know TB?
Are you only that? Shoot me.
Shoot money, you know be paid.
Shoot me. Shoot. Oh yeah, shoot. God punish you. Oh yeah, shoot.
Today, we highlight the growing wave of cybercrime in Nigeria. These crimes take various forms, target unsuspecting victims, and often evade prosecution. Cybercrime has become a pressing issue that affects every one of us. As potential targets, it's crucial that we remain vigilant. Welcome to this special report. We kindly ask you to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. Your support means a lot to us and helps us continue putting in the effort to bring you more insightful content. Thank you.
Now the mad. Criminal. How will they pay back?
The migration of the world into virtual spaces over the last few decades has revolutionized the way we live and conduct business. Borders have shrunk, and nations are more connected than ever. Nigeria, too, has embraced this technological wave, becoming part of the global cyber village. The rise of information and communication technology, ICT, massive digitization, and unprecedented interconnectivity through the internet have transformed the world into a cyberspace-driven society. The momentum behind internet-based transactions continues to grow, reshaping industries, governance, education, medicine, and virtually every aspect of life. However, with these advancements come unintended consequences. As internet, computer, and mobile phone usage penetrated Nigerian society, so too did various forms of cybercrime. This includes activities such as spamming, credit card fraud, ATM fraud, phishing, and identity theft. The consequences of these crimes are far-reaching and increasingly severe. Cybercrime is a global issue, complex, mobile, and capable of being executed remotely from any part of the world. One prime example of the power and reach of cyber warfare can be traced back to 2008, when Israel and the United States created a digital weapon to target Iran's nuclear enrichment plant at Natanz. Located about 50 miles from Tehran, the plant had no internet connectivity, yet sophisticated digital tactics were employed to infiltrate and sabotage the facility. This demonstrates how vulnerable even seemingly secure locations can be to cyber attacks. In this fast-evolving digital age, the line between online and offline is increasingly blurred. While we reap the benefits of technological progress, we must also recognize and address the growing threats that come with it. The use of social engineering has become one of the most effective ways to infiltrate systems and execute cybercrimes. A prime example of this occurred during the development of Iran's nuclear program. Siemens, the major contractor for the project, collaborated with 5 other companies. Unknown to them, these companies became targets for cyber infiltration. Hackers installed malicious software within their systems, which ultimately found its way to the Natanz nuclear facility in Iran. The malware was covertly transported via flash drives from Germany to Tehran. Upon reaching the facility, the malware activated autonomously and sabotaged Iran's nuclear centrifuges, speeding them up by 50 times their normal rate and causing widespread damage to the plant. This incident underscores the fact that one does not have to be online to be attacked. Cyber attacks can occur offline, as long as the target is identified. The nature of international cybercrime is increasingly complex and delicate. Cybersecurity, in reality, involves a wide array of systems and data management, encompassing protection against abuse and misuse. It is a vast field that differs from traditional information security, with the scope of cyber threats extending into areas such as Bluetooth, radio frequencies, the Internet of Things, IoT, and big data. The conversation around cybersecurity has gained new urgency with the emergence of technologies like 5G. The recent conflict between the United States and Huawei over 5G implementation highlights the concerns associated with the security of big data and IoT networks. According to some experts, the next stage of warfare will be fought with information, and those who control more data will wield more power. In light of this, it is crucial for governments and organizations to adopt strict cybersecurity standards to protect against vulnerabilities. Unfortunately, Nigeria has not been immune to the global rise of cybercrime. With the internet penetrating every sector of society, cybercrime has become a growing trend. Disturbingly, many young Nigerians have been implicated in fraudulent activities. Nigeria, with an estimated population of 201 million people, sees its youth. 60% of the population form the bulk of those involved in cybercrime. The root causes of this trend are complex. Many young Nigerians, after completing their education, find themselves unable to secure employment. They face mounting pressures from family and financial obligations. A university graduate may spend years searching for a job only to remain unemployed, with expectations from home weighing heavily on their shoulders. Under such pressure, some individuals may be driven to illegal activities in the hope of earning quick money. This growing issue highlights the urgent need for systemic change in Nigeria, not only to curb cybercrime, but also to provide meaningful opportunities for young people to thrive in a legitimate and productive way. Without proper interventions, the country risks losing its youth to the temptations of illegal activities, leading to further social and economic consequences. The lack of role models in Nigeria is a significant issue that contributes to the challenges young people face. Many see individuals who gained wealth through illegitimate means being praised and held in high regard. As a result, some youths may feel compelled to follow the same path, thinking they can also attain success by any means necessary. The absence of legitimate role models creates a situation where even those who want to do the right thing are unsure of who to look up to. This challenge is compounded by a lack of proper digital education, leaving young people vulnerable to making poor choices. Furthermore, the issue of how to mold students from primary school through university into responsible citizens is a matter of concern. Without proper guidance and values instilled in them, they risk falling into a cycle of poverty, bondage, and destructive behavior. Education should aim to transform individuals into valuable members of society, teaching them the importance of creating value for others and respecting one another. Unfortunately, many young people in Nigeria turn to cybercrime as a result of these systemic issues. Internet-assisted crimes, such as fraudulent emails, advanced fee fraud, hacking, and cyber harassment, are becoming increasingly common. One of the most notorious forms of cybercrime is known locally as Yahoo Yahoo, with an even more advanced form referred to as Yahoo Plus. This scheme involves young men and even women engaging in online scams, often posing as love interests to deceive people abroad.
I was using Cock 7 then, and like play, I saw a client that said they want to give me $1,000. I used it and it was come over money, but they later ripped me. My first hit was $1,000 coming over. Then that time there's nothing like gift card, cash app, all the stuff. It was still NTCN.
That's not fair. I know the truth. It's not fair. I don't understand. Don't do this to me. That's not fair.
NTCN is Western Union. They ripped me of that, and that I don't know it was through NTCN. I felt bad. I never knew the client sent the money. I told him I'm coming over and I need to buy a plane ticket. That was the scope there. Those times you have to go through MoneyGram, NTCN.
Please, God damn it, please, I'm begging you.
They fabricate stories of hardship and military service to extract money from unsuspecting victims. More advanced Yahoo scams involve hacking into bank accounts and rerouting funds through multiple accounts worldwide to make the money untraceable. This type of fraud costs millions of dollars daily. As long as people are unable to meet their basic needs and continue to expose their financial data, cybercrime will persist. Despite the efforts of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and other anti-graft agencies to combat these crimes, they remain a significant challenge. To address this, organizations and individuals must focus on cyber defense strategies to protect themselves from hackers and cyber vulnerabilities. Businesses, in particular, should implement practices to secure their systems from compromise. In regions like Rwanda and Europe, more secure payment methods such as swipe technology have been adopted. This technology allows customers to make payments by simply swiping their cards without entering a PIN, a practice that raises concerns in Nigeria due to the potential for misuse. Ultimately, the key to reducing cybercrime lies in a combination of education, strong role models, and effective cybersecurity measures. Without these elements in place, Nigeria's youth will continue to be vulnerable to the temptations of illegal activities. The problem with swiping cards, especially in less secure environments, is that it can lead to the loss of life savings. In more developed regions, institutions and systems are in place to prevent fraud before it even occurs. For example, cameras monitor activities, and individuals can be blacklisted before they can flee the country. This is the level of security we should be aiming for. There are two sides to the issue: perpetrators and victims. While perpetrators take advantage of lax security measures, individuals can protect themselves by adopting simple yet often overlooked precautions. Unfortunately, people continue to expose themselves to cyber risks. Some hand their ATM cards to drivers or third parties. Others overshare personal information on social media, such as their workplace and location. Many still connect to unsecured Wi-Fi networks, putting their data at risk. In the realm of IT, many people remain unaware of security standards. For instance, some vendors offer outdated SSL, secure sockets layer, versions, which can be easily decrypted by even a 13-year-old with the right tools. These open-source tools are readily available and used by cybercriminals to steal usernames and passwords. The lack of preparedness for these risks is alarming. At the governmental level, more needs to be done to raise public awareness about cyber risks, especially within key institutions. Governments should launch sensitization campaigns to educate the public on how to protect themselves. On the private level, individuals need to become more cautious about the information they share online. Agencies like the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, can play a critical role in these efforts. Despite ongoing efforts, Nigeria remains underprepared for the scale of cyber threats it faces. However, agencies like the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have intensified their campaign against cybercrimes. For example, on April 25, 2019, the EFCC arrested 32 suspected internet fraudsters. Similar raids took place earlier that year, with 11 suspects arrested in Ibadan on April 3, 2019, and 10 in Abuja on May 17, 2019. The EFCC also nabbed several Yahoo boys and their collaborators in May 2019. On May 8, 2019, 5 girls and 10 boys were apprehended, while on May 4, 2019, another 27 suspects were arrested in Abuja. In Delta State, 22 suspected Yahoo boys were caught during a raid in Sapele on May 17, 2019. One of the most high-profile arrests was that of Nigerian singer Naira Marley, who was involved in internet fraud. These arrests highlight the ongoing battle against cybercrime, but there is still much work to be done to secure the nation's systems and raise awareness among its citizens. The issue of cybercrime has deeply impacted various industries, including music. A notable instance occurred when Nigerian artist Simi spoke out against Yahoo boys, internet fraudsters, on her Instagram, asking them not to buy her albums. The backlash she faced highlighted broader societal issues concerning value systems and education. There is a clear link between societal values.
I was using Cock 7 then. And like play. I saw a client that said they want to give me $1,000. I used it and it was come over money. But they later ripped me. My first hit was $1,000 coming over. Then that time there's nothing like gift card, cash app, all the stuff. It was still MTCN.
That's not fair. I told the truth. It's not fair. I don't understand. Don't do this to me. That's not fair.
NTCN is Western Union. They ripped me of that, and that I don't know it was through NTCN. I felt bad. I never knew the client sent the money. I told him I'm coming over and I need to buy a plane ticket. That was the scope there. Those times you have to go through MoneyGram, NTCN.
Please, God damn it, please, I'm begging.
To trace such fraudulent activities. One particularly tragic case involved a woman in Akure, Nigeria, who discovered that every penny in her account had been wiped out. Though it appeared as though she was conducting transactions, she wasn't present, and the shock caused her to collapse. This highlights how devastating cybercrime can be, not just for businesses, but for individuals as well. In another instance, elderly victims in the US and Europe lost their life savings to cybercriminals, including one incident traced back to a Nigerian fraudster in Malaysia. Such crimes can ruin lives and destabilize economies. Despite the emergence of cyber laws in advanced countries, Nigeria lagged behind until 2011. Before then, the country had no proper legal framework to address cybercrime. For example, electronic and computer-generated documents were not recognized as evidence under Nigerian law. The Old Evidence Act, 2004, made it difficult to prove the authenticity of electronic signatures or online transactions. However, the passage of the 2011 Evidence Act marked a significant improvement. Sections 84 and 93 of the new Act provide for the admissibility of computer-generated documents, recognize electronic signatures, and allow for their use as legal evidence. This was a crucial step in catching up with global standards for cybercrime regulation and redress. While these legal advancements have been made, there remains much work to be done to protect individuals and businesses from the ongoing threat of cybercrime. In 2015, Nigeria took a significant step forward in the fight against cybercrime when former President Goodluck Jonathan signed the Cybercrime Prohibition, Prevention, etc. Act into law. This was the country's first legislation specifically targeting cybersecurity, providing a unified framework for preventing, detecting, and prosecuting cybercrimes. It marked an important milestone in addressing the growing issue of cyber threats within Nigeria. However, while the law is clear, enforcement remains a challenge. The problem isn't the lack of laws. Rather, it's the lack of will to effectively implement and enforce them.
Turn elsewhere, but I say to our leaders, look, youth are not static. You don't just leave a young person somewhere and they just sit down there docile. They are either constructive or destructive.
Exactly.
There's nothing else. The reality is that the economic situation has driven a lot of young people into illegal fraud.
Yeah.
Right? Into fraud, into malpractice, into drugs. We have a crisis, a moral and ethical crisis on our hands.
We have the
driven by Yahoo.
Gotten so worse
Yes.
that even the parents.
Yes, parents. Obviously, the parents
embrace it.
Exactly. The society. I've told you, we have turned Yahoo from crime to culture. That is where we are because of it. However, fixing that cannot come from Abuja. Can't. It has to come from the local communities. Sadly, it's a problem Abuja might have created. But now we have to turn our eyes away from Abuja and to the people. And those of us who have means have to think differently about the future we are building and what we can do to stem the tide. Solutions will not come from Abuja. Abuja cannot do anything about our problems.
Okay.
Businesses and nations to focus on minimizing the damage of such attacks by adopting protective measures and staying informed on the latest trends. The complexity of cyber threats ranges from nation-state attacks, such as those suspected between the US and China, to internal threats where employees or insiders can cause significant damage in battlefield, one that requires constant vigilance and adaptation to protect businesses, individuals, and governments. Cybercriminals, this issue creates a dark web of corruption and criminality, and every part of that web is filled with harm. To rid society of this menace, or at least drastically reduce it, requires a collective effort. The government, institutions, community advocates, and the general population must all work together. Education must be reimagined and prioritized, with a stronger emphasis on ethical values and vocational skills. One major consequence is the negative effect on young people, whose ambitions are being shaped by the wrong influences. Many no longer aspire to become artisans, coders, or professionals. Instead, they are drawn to careers in music or criminal activities like cyber fraud. The popularity of figures like Nigerian musician Naira Marley illustrates this, with some young people even defending such fraudulent behavior, claiming it's a way to take back our money. The scale of the problem is devastating, as cybercrime has damaged Nigeria's social fabric, distorted public values, and harmed the country's image. Far-reaching consequences continue to emerge as these crimes persist. Under Nigeria's Cybercrime Act of 2015, hackers and fraudsters face serious penalties. For example, those guilty of unlawfully accessing computer systems or networks may be fined up to 10 million naira or sentenced to up to 5 years in prison. The same punishment applies to internet fraudsters who misuse data or send malicious electronic messages. The Cybercrime Act consists of 43 sections, and it is a critical piece of legislation that should be fully enforced. Reading the act could reveal how much protection individuals already have without knowing it. In conclusion, stay informed, stay safe, and be mindful of the dangers in cyberspace.
What's your name? You.
Kelly.
Yeah. What you say when I want to make una come this gate?
Uncle also.
Uncle. What you? Which kind also?
Yahoo also.
Huh?
Yahoo also.
Yahoo. Now I want to do Yahoo.
What not be the Yahoo plus set. What yes.
No?
Yes.
You?
Yes.
Huh? How old you dey?
This year I complete 16.
You?
This year I complete 14.
You?
15.
Okay. Wetin make una dey look for where una wan also do Yahoo?
As the alcohol pursue us, I'm going to start to defend where we stay.
Who pursue una?
And the person where we stay with now.
Na pursue una? For which community?
It's a Bali community.
Na una dey stay?
Yes.
So una dey find where una wan do Yahoo?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Where una mama and papa?
You know what they said?
Where they dey?
They forget, sir.
Una papa and mama know say una dey Edo State?
Yes, yes.
Wetin happen now?
As in, we don't tell you just now, say, my family will they go, we will not get us of life for the art. Any small thing we do, they start to the curse us. So now they call pursue us, now we start to defend.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Is it me? Jesus.
I was using someone else's picture, a white lady picture, those erotic models. My target they are men. I go to fake people profile, then from fake people profile, I link into the main people profile I want to see, talking to them as if it is the right person that they are talking to.
But my second cash out too was $1,000 just for flight tickets too. But that one was successful. I saw the sum of 450,000 then, and this time that I was telling you is something like 2016, 2017. You should know the dollar rate there. So I'm a big boy there. Like I was flaunting cash, big boy thing, not knowing I'm stupid.
Can't do it anymore. Y'all taking all my money. All my money. Do you understand? You've taken all my money.
I will normally remove money from Nigeria ATM. Mostly we link it to maybe Pay or PalmPay account. But this work is local job.
All these local scamming they are doing, I don't even have any idea of it. Because I know sabi do am, because I know fit they do my fellow. I don't even know the kind eye I want to do am.
The front and the back of the ATM, that's what they are going to use. They are going to link it to OPay or PalmPay. It's going to reflect the balance that is in the card. They are going to pull money from the card through the bank app. Like it's just like adding another bank to a bank, then removing money, transferring money from it to the other bank. Once you have the ATM front and back, the code that is in front and the code at the back, that's what they need. They'll buy things online.
Bros, I'm not happy to be doing fraud though. If we are not in the street, everybody will become an armed robber. There will be a lot of insecurity that will split into two. Some people have reasons and some people don't have reasons, and some people are even fucking lazy.
I don't talk to them on call. Anytime I want to collect money from them, mostly people that already fall for the victim making video call, paying them half, they want to see the full note. So likely I'll just tell them I receive payment through Cash App or PayPal, Zelle, and so on like that.
This game is very, very wide. It's very, very wide to the extent that look at the likes of Hush Puppy. All those ones, they know distress yourself. All those ones are hackers. When you are monitoring a company, you know you have access to their email.